What is going on, everybody? It is Friday. The weekend is here. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Yes, it is Friday. I keep losing track of the time, but yeah, it's Friday. And hopefully everybody's had a great week. Hopefully everything is good. I had a fantastic week. Not bad at all. Moved some things around in the room. Got the CRTs up. Hopefully you guys check out my last video where I talked about that. And also I plan on going live later on tonight. It might be a little bit later, but hopefully you guys can come through. We'll talk about gaming. We may play a game or two. Just depends on how things go, but I do plan on going live tonight so we can sit back and talk about some gaming. I do need to finish Doom 3 Evil, Resurrection of Evil. I need to finish that, and I need to play another episode of Rogue Flight. So, but we'll see. Nevertheless, enough of me rambling. Let's talk about what I think about the Nintendo Switch 2. I was talking to a couple friends of mine earlier this morning, and they were basically telling me like they don't know how well the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to sell because it's backwards compatible with the original Switch. Some people may feel like they're going to keep their regular Switch and not necessarily play or buy the Nintendo Switch 2 because they're pretty much content with what they got. I absolutely disagree. I think what's going to happen, there's going to be a lot of Nintendo Switches out there in the wild. People are going to trade these things in. People are going to sell them off. Some people are just going to keep them as well and buy Nintendo Switch 2 because of the collectability of Nintendo products. People just love collecting Nintendo products. Some people just love having those things, and they just would rather keep them. Also, I think Nintendo Switch 2 games are going to be absolutely phenomenal. You're talking about a beefed up Nintendo Switch, which the games are actually pretty good. You know, you can't knock those games at all. And then have them in a better, possibly better performance, better graphics, and it's all handheld and mobile, which is something I'm not necessarily a fan of. But I understand other people love that type of stuff. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is probably going to sell out. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you haven't made plans to get a pre-order on them, you should do them sooner rather than later because it is going to sell out. I know my son already wants one. He was talking about it yesterday about the Nintendo Switch 2, and he loves his regular Nintendo Switch. So I'm going to get him one. I'm probably not going to get one until later because I'll just use his when he's going to sleep or whatever, and I'll just play it. And there's no reason for us to get two of them at the moment, but I'll probably get one a little bit later for myself. So definitely picking one up. But like I said, guys, don't listen to what some people say. Some people saying like, look, people may not buy the Nintendo Switch 2 because of the Nintendo Switch 1 and its success, and you know, people are content. When it comes to Nintendo, that doesn't fly. Maybe that'll fly with, you know, PlayStation. Maybe that'll fly with Xbox because you see how things are going with the PS5 Pro. That not too many people running out to buy a PS5 Pro. People just stick with the PS5. And you know, what are we talking about when it comes to Xbox? They don't really sell any consoles for the most part anyway. But when it comes to Nintendo, you better believe people are going to buy that console and they're going to rack up, and I wouldn't be surprised if people buy more than one because they love Nintendo products. Some people think as a collectible, they like to hold on to them, keep them sealed in the box. Some people just want to buy more than one for more than one child, and that's another thing. If you got more than one kid, you're definitely not going to have one Nintendo Switch in the household or Nintendo Switch 2 in the household. So you're probably going to be buying more than one per household anyway. And it's just going to be a thing where these things are going to sell out like hotcakes. People jump on the Switch bandwagon as soon as it started up, and they never look back. And to get a better version of that same product is going to sell like crazy. So I don't listen to what these people are saying. My friends, I know they cool or whatever, but I absolutely disagree. Maybe they'll, you know, come to their senses once they realize that hey, Nintendo is a Nintendo. They could come out with another version of the Nintendo Switch where it's not the Nintendo Switch 2. It could be like with a 4K screen or something, or whatever they call it. I mean, what's better than OLED? I mean, they can come up with another screen for the Nintendo Switch and they will just go and buy it anyway. You know, I mean, these things are selling like hotcakes to this day. I'm not sure. They may be the #1 selling console, or they're right behind the PS5 or something like that. I don't know, but it's up there. And make no mistake, it's going to continue. This is not a situation where the Super Nintendo jumped over to the N64 or the N64 jumped to the GameCube or anything like that. These are high quality products that people like. A lot of people didn't really jump on the Nintendo GameCube bandwagon. A lot of people didn't jump on to the N64 bandwagon, contrary to popular belief. You know, it's a lot of N64s out there that just was not sold. There's a lot of GameCube consoles that just was not sold. But you better believe once the Wii came out, it started running up again. And let's not even talk about the Wii U. I mean, what are we talking about here? But when it comes to the Switch, listen, the Switch 2 is going to sell like crazy. Don't get it twisted. It's going to happen, and you better get your hands on one. You know, you just have to understand, like, with the Nintendo Switch, a lot of people start to realize that there's some fantastic games on there, and a lot of people realize that there are some games that came from the Wii U that jumped over to the Switch that was absolutely fantastic. You know, so you got to understand, like, when you can get these games to play be backwards compatible with the Switch, and turn around and get games like Mario Kart 9, which already looks like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. You know, you better believe people are going to either trade in their Switches, they're going to sell their Switches, or they're just going to keep them and just buy another one, or buy a Switch 2. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. Because, I mean, the way I look at it, like, for me, I only have, you know, one son. You know, I only have my son. It's just my son and me. We primarily game more than anything. My wife games a little bit. I've bought 4 Nintendo Switches this generation. I bought 2 lights, and I bought 1 regular one, and I bought an OLED one. So I bought 4. So you don't think that the Nintendo Switch 2 is not going to sell like that? And don't let them come out with a Nintendo Switch 2 Lite. I mean, come on. I mean, you just asking for, you know, you just asking for people to just throw money out again. So, and I'm a person that don't even game on the Switch like that. I'd rather play my Switch on the television, but I do have a Switch Lite, I do have the regular one, and I have an OLED. So it's crazy how much these things add up at some time. But like I said, people that are into this, and I'm not even into the Switch like that, people that are really into it are probably going to buy more than one anyway. Another thing, some people probably buy this thing just to dock one and want to have as a handheld. You know, it's just so many different things when you have the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out, and so many options you may have. Somebody just want one to just keep it docked, and the other one they just take on the go, so they don't have to worry about moving it from the television. You have some that may have more than one child, and they're not about to fight over one Switch. Hey, we're gonna buy another one. Some people just want to buy one just to collect them, so they'll buy one, keep it in the box. The other one they'll take out and they'll play with it. So it is so many different things that goes with this. Not just because, oh, I got a Nintendo Switch, I'm not going to buy a Switch 2. If you're thinking that, then you don't know the Nintendo fan base as much as you think you do. You know, that's just what it is. You just got to think about it. Back in the day, I'll go farther back as this. I know some people who bought a Nintendo and then bought the top loader. They had a Super Nintendo, then bought a Super Nintendo Junior. They had an N64, and they bought more than one just because they can at the time. And let's not even get started with the GameCube with the different colors. Let's not talk about the Wii with the different colors. You know, and some of them was a mini. It was like a small version of the Wii. Then there was one that was backwards compatible with the GameCube. You know, I mean, it just happens that way. So people do buy more than one of Nintendo consoles most of the time. So yeah, it's going to sell. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are you planning on bypassing the Nintendo Switch 2? The Nintendo Switch 2 just because you have a regular Nintendo Switch? And I would love to hear your reasoning behind that. You know, that's pretty interesting if you do. I just don't see it happening. And like I said, I'm going to buy more than one at some point. It's just that I'll just use my son's until I decide to buy a second one. But they're going to sell out. Trust and believe. I'll be live later on tonight. We'll talk more about some gaming stuff. I may even play a game or two. Just depends on how I feel. I do need to finish Doom 3. So maybe we'll do a little bit of that. and we'll just go from there. Hopefully you guys come through. I cannot thank you guys enough. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. All right, I'm out. Peace.